moving on really swiftly, I'm still trying to catch up with what is happening between Summer family and Warren, right? But it seems the drama really set a foothold on their relationship on the day of the delivery. When what's the wife called? When she was about to give birth, what's the girlfriend wife called? Warren's girlfriend wife, baby mother to his children, to his child, when they were giving birth. Seems like that's where most of the drama started, because like both parties, both Warren and the Summer family, are all kind of on the same page on that. Warren says during the delivery, they came in, they were being loud, all they were thinking about is shooting content, and he tried to chase them out, and it became like a whole thing after that. They tried to still, snake in when the baby was being born and take footage, only for the video to get all of 12,000 likes. This is, I'm speaking as Warren, only for the video. Actually, and I quote, because he said, after kungangana yoyote, yes, he said, after the boy is born, who remains, blah. After realizing the video they fought so hard for, only to get 12K views on YouTube. I'm like, okay, I love that 12K views is nothing to you. It's amazing. But it seems that both of them have like the same kind of issue. It stems from that day, the bile from that day, because even when the Summer family is asked about it and they say they're going to address it, that's how they start. They say it started in July when Whitney, Warren's baby mama, was giving birth or was in delivery. They say, according to the Summer family, they say they canceled the house hunting and went to attend it like a family. We all went there, went out to have lunch, then came back and stayed in the room. But when they got back from lunch, apparently the room was very, very cold and they didn't know what had happened. They proceeded to stay in the delivery room until they were kicked out when the baby was being born, and that, yeah. But Warren and Whitney on the other side are claiming that they were very disrespectful. According to Warren, he says they were being very disrespectful. They kept coming into the room and making content and being very loud, to the point where they had to be transferred to another delivery room to avoid all of that chaos. And that obviously is kind of difficult, because this is a person who's trying to deliver. They're in a lot of pain. If there's noise or disturbance, it kind of ruins the vibe. Also, it's supposed to be an intimate moment. So you see, these are two people telling the same story, just from different perspectives. Warren and Whitney on one side are like, these people are being disruptive and they were being noisy. Warren goes to the point of even saying, if you're lucky I'm the one speaking to you, because if Whitney was the one speaking to you, y'all would have a tongue lashing. And then the Summer family are like, no, we canceled our whole thing because we were friends, to the point of we were family, to come and witness the birth of the new child in the family. And then to be treated in this way was so rude. Anyway, this goes on, but there's a bashment between them. Now, apparently, according to Warren and Whitney's camp, they say that it's now gotten to the point where the Summer family, started making people kind of butt heads with them. Like, apparently there's one videographer or photographer that Warren knows that was working with the Summer family as well. And 1 minute they were good after they had their shoot or had their conversation with the Summer family. Somehow he's been unfollowed on social media. Also, the Summer family unfollowed them on social media without letting them know, and then it became like a thing of, we don't like you, and they started making it look like they are trash. Every time they would speak referring to Whitney or Warren and their family, they would refer to them sort of like trash, and therefore the Warren family decided to give the same energy back to them. And it just keeps going on, and it's just petty after petty after petty, because I'm like, you guys are really young. Like, wow. As in, you're going on a tirade on social media, just expressing all this just to say that they were being petty and somehow miscommunication happened. Look, the one thing I've learned from reading all of this is that there's a huge issue with communication. Like, there's a huge miscommunication here. All of this could have been resolved with people sitting down and having a chat. Like, that's what I've just summarized. I've summarized it as that. All of y'all could have sat down and had a chat. If you guys sat down and had a chat, none of this would have been going on. None of this. Even if there's stuff that's happened, even if there's bad blood now, if you just sit down with your friend and you're like, yo, that was funny. Like, why would you act? Why would you move like that? And they're like, no, I was, because reacting from what you did that day. And then you realize it's all just a nothing burger, could be solved in an email or in a chat. But these are just my opinions, looking at it from my perspective. What are yours?
Honestly, I think we had discussed this on a different platform where we said a good friend will not put you in a very awkward position.
Yeah.
And if I was giving birth or my friend was giving birth, I would have the presence of mind to realize that it's not about me, it's about them. It's about her and her partner and a birth. They are literally giving birth. Even the fact that Warren mentioned that Whitney had an episiotomy, and these babes were still trying to get
record
content. And I'm just like, where, as a friend, as someone's friend, you'd think you'd just stand there and make sure maybe she has snacks, go on a snack run, go on a hydration run.
I don't know, something.
As you wait for them to come back and see how you can help, but all you want to do is point a camera at their vagina, and record the whole thing. And the recording you are able to gets on YouTube, and it's all of 2 views. Please. And then you're bitter about it, and because of that simple altercation, it's now beef. You don't even have the presence of mind to see that this was a high volatile situation. Their emotions, they were scared, they were anxious, they were excited for their child. But young. You wanted to make it
Just
about
like you.
About yourself. And then anytime they have a problem, you're out here posting subliminals. These are not your friends. Let them be. If anything, don't even respond, don't even engage. Because that's
really? You don't think they could sort it out with that
No, those are not your friends. Those are not your friends. And I refuse for the notion of a studio, give space, hear their side of the story. What side of the story is there? My partner was giving birth, and you were fighting to get into the delivery, not to be supportive, but to get content. And then you were mad at me because I put my foot down and I said, no, you cannot do that. No. Me, I don't reconcile. Leave them. My God. You're still advocating they reconcile?
It just sounds like when you were really, really young and
No.
everyone was really, really immature. For example, let me put
Even
it to you
when
this
you're
way.
immature,
Let me put it
you
to
know
you
right
this
and
way.
wrong.
Yeah, and I get that. There's a level of, I don't know, selfishness that is 100% on the part of the Summer family. Because once these people said, no, get out of the delivery room, that could have been your cue, right? Why did they kick me out? Why was I kicked out? That should have been, ding, ding, point number 1. What did I do? What did I do? And they said all they did was go to lunch, okay? They left for lunch, they came back, they weren't allowed in. And if you were here before, why weren't you being allowed now? And even when you stayed, they said they were among the last people to leave the hospital at 9 p.m. And I'm like, okay, if you stayed this long and these people still have bile with you, why aren't you checking to find out Wagwan? What did we do? Did we offend you, right? And then instead of even getting consent from these people to post your video, why would you've just this is someone else's whole life, right? You're very quick to be like, oh my God, yeah, we were here at the birth. I get all of that. But it just sounds like a very young, immature thing. Everything is content, right? However, I do see the validity in this being a very volatile situation for a friendship. It's not, I don't think it's breeding grounds for it all. When you put it that way, I see how it's annoying. I read it and I'm just I was reading it from the scope of, okay, these are young children. What are they doing? But in reality, yes, they are young, but they are still very much human and they're going through a human experience. And this is a very annoying human experience for you to have to explain to your friends that you cocked up. Even consent to post my wife's, my girlfriend's, my baby mama's, my child's first experience with each other, that's rude.
It's not even a young thing. They all have children at this point.
They even saw it. They have children as well.
Even when I was young and immature,
if the roles were reversed,
I still knew when somebody doesn't want you there. You know, like
Like you can read the room, but yeah,
I would
I
still
see.
read the room and not force issues.
I see
The
how
fact that I
it's
even had to
annoying.
move to a different delivery room
Yeah.
because of you,